we are definitely having some technical difficulties. So we appreciate you hanging on with us here, and we apologize for the late start. We are getting kicked off here. Of course, it's Tuesday. It's TransWorld Live. We are excited to be here, and we've got one heck of a show. Obviously, as you can imagine, our technical wizard that makes all of this happen, Robert, is running around being crazy, making all of this magic happen. So just a huge shout out to Robert, and to everybody that mentioned or texted us or messaged us and said, hey, where's the show? We love you guys. We're sitting here. We've got a jam-packed show, and Robert is putting everything together right now. So we're going to make that all possible for you. Kenny, we're glad you're back. Holly, we can't do this show without you guys. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And Patches, good to see you, Patches. Guys, as you're logging in, we appreciate you. We love that you're watching. We love you even more when you let us know that you're here. And you can do that by messaging. We do broadcast to 5 different channels, 4 different Facebook groups, and our YouTube channel. So sometimes a lot of people, that's a big question that we always get all the time is, hey, I didn't see that comment, or I didn't see that winner. That's because we have this cool software that Robert has put together here where all 5 of those kind of converge and we can see all those comments. Sometimes you can't see those in your feed. So we appreciate you sticking with us. Hopefully you had a great St. Patrick's Day. We love that. We also know it's bracket season if you're into college basketball. So that's a lot of fun. Hopefully you've got some winners. We do have some birthdays to celebrate. So today we celebrate Bridget Woods. Happy birthday to her. Tomorrow, Brad Weinstein and Dave Link, veteran OG right there. Thursday, Logan Sharp. Happy birthday. And Saturday, AJ Rodriguez. So happy birthday to all of those. Guys, thanks for joining us. Tara, it's great to see you. Of course, Katie just mentioned, thanks for reaching out and checking on us. We're good. Will and Shannon Hops, guys, what's going on? And of course, Sean Fenner, what's going on, guys? Thanks for being here. Well, we have all kinds of fun stuff to dive into. And as Robert is putting together the final touches to get the show up and running here, a reminder, if you're in the Nashville area, going to be excited to see you guys hanging out with those 2 gentlemen from last week, David Peace and David Henry, at the Music City Lighting Summit in Nashville. It's called a Christmas Mini, and it's about 120 or maybe probably a lot more at this point, that are going to be hanging out, learning about all kinds of different ways that you can use Christmas decor and lighting your house. It's free, so check it out, musiccitylightingsummit.com, and we'll be talking about the East Coast Christmas show while we are there. Of course, while you're here, we are on the road to East Coast Haunters Convention and East Coast Christmas Show. And if you can believe it, we're only 37 days away from Thursday, April 24th. So get ready. We're excited here. When Robert has a moment here, because he's putting everything together, we're going to put those links on the screen. But East Coast HauntersConvention.com, East Coast Christmas Show.com, the place to check out both things. All right. Without further ado, I think we might be ready to bring on, of course, the founders of the feasts, our bosses, and our amazing leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, Jen and Rich. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay.
We're working on getting them back still.
Yeah, that's okay. Robert, thanks for all of your hard work, by the way, to make all of this happen. We love him. Okay, cool. That's okay, because we've got tons to talk about, and as soon as they make it back, we'll bring them on here. The word is that we have a special guest to kick us off tonight. Super excited. Oh, there they are. There we are. Guys, what's up?
Hi.
Hey.
We were just complimenting Robert. He's making all the magic happen.
He's making the magic happen tonight.
Guys, how's it going at HQ?
It's going great. I mean, a little busy, not gonna lie. Between finishing up with one show and doing another, it's a lot going on.
We were just joking about it only being 37 days away. It's crazy.
I love when you do that countdown, Chris. It doesn't give me a pit in my stomach. Don't worry about it.
We were just telling everybody we've got a huge jam-packed show. Should we just dive in and bring out our first special guest? Thanks again to Robert for making all this possible. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, from WeHangChristmasLights.com, Mr. Josh Trees. Yeah, buddy. Hopefully he's here. Josh is not back yet. All right, we're cool. That's okay. See, this is a fun show, proving once to all of you that we are live all the time. So this is wonderful. All right. How about Mynor Mendoza? Oh, there's Josh. There you go.
Made it.
What's going on, buddy?
Somewhere out in the outer space internet world. It was a wild trip.
Oh, you guys have been working crazy hard on all of this fun stuff, and we figured we'd break some news right here on TransWorld Live. Tell us what you guys have been up to.
Talking about me or Rich or
I wasn't
Jen,
sure if Rich is going, Josh is going.
Well, let's start with Rich, if you don't mind, Rich.
Go ahead, Rich.
Sure. So, well, there's a lot of things going on, but if we're talking about me and Josh,
Yes,
Josh and I started talking after TransWorld, and we wanted to try to figure out a way to, get people supporting vendors more and trying to get installers educated better and just trying to figure out something that would work for everyone and getting a lot of the vendors involved in this. So he and I talked, and we come up with a program to try to introduce. We're gonna kind of do a small introduction of it at East Coast, and Josh can kind of talk about it, what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're excited. Obviously, we've been a part of TransWorld Christmas since its inception back in 2018. So, geez, 7 years has flown by. I guess it was, or wait, what was it 18 or 19? I guess it was 19, and then we had the COVID year of 20. So
we have 1 year sit up. So
Yeah.
in 7 years, 6 years of producing a show.
Yeah, whatever it's been, it goes by quickly. So,
Nice.
but excited to be more and more of a part of it. It seems like we're really been able to dive in the last year specifically, last couple of years, going forward. A lot of exciting plans with TransWorld. East Coast is a good area or a good spot for us to be a part of a show for the educational side, to show our guys, the vendors out there, do some training. And I think it's going to kind of be a ramp up for them year by year. And, just introducing it, having it out there. Of course, it's not going to take the place of the Granddaddy show in St. Louis, but I think it's going to be a really, really good turnout and a really good show. We do have a lot of good classes lined up for this. Typically at the St. Louis show, we do 3 days of classes. This, we're kind of doing a mini version, but we're still going to have some great speakers and cover a lot of the topics that we cover, a lot of topics that we actually covered in St. Louis, a little bit different format, but we'll be getting into the RGB lighting with Paul Hayden. I'll be doing a real nice commercial sales and marketing overview, talking about products, some of the ways that people can really dive into the commercial side of things. And then we've got, there we go, Zach from Tinsel. So he's going to be talking about his CRM. He's got a really good CRM that's specifically for Christmas light installer businesses. And then we're going to be talking about some landscape lighting, which is a great addition. The landscape lighting guys, Matt and Nate and Shane, were out at the show in St. Louis, had a really good time out there. And going to get into some of that. Again, that's a really good addition. And then excited to have my friend Jamie Schmidt, who is been in the Christmas light world for just a few years, but been in the pressure washing industry for a long, long time. Done a lot of events with him, and excited to have him there. He's actually right across the river over in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So had to get him involved, and it's going to be good. With him, we're going to go over pretty much like overcoming objections that are the most common in our industry from residential and commercial clients, and then also get into selling on value instead of selling on price. It's just, we know we're in a world these days where everybody's worried about price and concerned about things, and we're not so concerned. We know that we can show people the right way to sell these products and have it, or services and products, I guess, and explain the value in the things that we're selling. So yeah, we're excited. Can't wait. It sounds like we're gonna have a fun time at Arnold's at the after party or the party the first night. Get my don't know what I got dressed 80s style. If I still have anything from the 80s, maybe like a Michael Jackson glove or something. But
Yeah.
I was putting together an ad for that today, looking up, Googling 80s stuff, and it looked more like 70s. I don't know. Maybe I just don't remember it. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time getting everybody together, and we're very, very excited for it.
What a cool opportunity. And thanks for breaking the news right here on the show. This isn't even up on the website yet. It's going to go tomorrow. So you guys are getting a first look at this.
Yeah. And something else that we haven't even touched on yet. So with the help of Josh and some other vendors, Reinders and, Tinsel CRM, there's a bunch of them actually that are stepping in and helping us. These classes are all going to be presented for free. So basically, basically the cool thing about it is we're looking to train installers and put them in front of, the largest group of vendors, pretty much in the United States. So, with the combination of our two shows, this will allow people to, get the training from Josh and a lot of the other vendors. And then the classes are going to be free. The only thing you have to do to be able to sign up for these classes is buy a ticket to the trade show floor, which will allow you to go on there and support these vendors that are actually helping support the cause of these classes. They're helping cover the cost of these classes and bringing in speakers. And in turn, all we're asking is that you basically buy a ticket to the show, come in there and support these guys and, look at what they have to offer beyond just the classes. So, this is the first time we've ever done this, where we're going to actually offer the entire installers package for free.
That's incredible. Guys, I just want to repeat that. Like all of these classes for free. You just got to come to the show. Just got to buy a ticket to the show.
Correct. And yeah, and I mean, the goal is a lot of it is just like getting these guys to network together. That's what the show is really all about. So for us, I don't know anybody else that's doing it this way. We're looking to try to change things up. And, the goal is always try, to bring the vendor and the attendee together. So that's kind of how we're looking at it. Basically, the way it's going to work is, you can buy a Saturday ticket. You would have to get a Saturday ticket or a 2-day ticket in order to be able to be eligible for these because the classes are going to be taught on Friday and Saturday, mostly Friday. And then there's going to be a roundtable discussion town hall that's done on Saturday. It's going to, kind of wrap everything up and with question and answers with Josh and a few others. And you'll be able to come in there. And then afterwards, it'll follow up at the trade show floor at 9:30. So that's kind of the goal here. When you purchase your ticket to the show, these classes will be on there, and it will be on a first come, first serve basis because it's limited space. So, if this is something you're interested in, I know a lot of our vendors will reach out to people that are looking to further their education in installation or somebody that's new that's just trying to get into the game. If you're looking to start a new business or, learn about this is a great opportunity for you.
What an awesome offering, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think people should take advantage of it. And I know a lot of times people have hesitation and they wait to sign up late. Don't do this on this because spaces really are limited. That's not a sales pitch. And when there's no more room in the classroom, we're going to have to shut it down. So we don't want to do that. So if you're really interested in doing it, please sign up early.
Yep. And after you sign up, you'll just see like boxes where these installer classes will be listed on.
Sign up early.
Yeah. All you got to do is, check them and it'll basically assign those classes to you. It'll be the whole package. You'll get all these classes that are listed in this flyer here.
Yeah. They'll just be able to click a button and check it. So
Love this. Guys, East Coast Christmas Show.com. That's your place to go. When will all of this series go live? That's going to be tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. It was honestly, in full disclosure, it was supposed to go live today, but our IT guy's wife had an emergency and ended up in the ER. So unfortunately for her and this, tonight, it didn't go live tonight, but we are hoping as long as she's doing okay, that it should go, up tomorrow. At the very least, it'll be Thursday, but it will be up this week.
I think it's just great. Like we know those circumstances, but it's great for all of our viewers right now that this is breaking news. They get the leg up on this. So do not delay. Well, Josh, you are amazing. What are you excited about East Coast Christmas Show in its inaugural year? Tell us why you're excited.
Well, like Rich brought up, the networking is huge. And that's one of the biggest things I heard from a lot of our guys that came to our side, to the Christmas side. this year was that they really enjoyed that aspect of it, the networking, the party that we did. We did the party at the Flamingo Bowl that's becoming quite the tradition. And it's just a great opportunity for that. And like Rich said, don't be afraid to come out if you're brand new in this. That's what I do. That's what I've done for. I've been in this business for 28 years and started out installing lights and did my fair share of installing lights for sure, and then shifted over to where I started focusing on helping new people get into this business and make money and have a good time doing it. And that's what it's all about, is having a good time making money and learning the right way. And the great thing is, it's shifted into a different format with this, where it's free, basically supported by our vendors. So it's great. We, like Jen and Rich were saying, we've got some good vendors, and I'm really, really excited about the turnout. I think Rich is too. It's like for really putting this together. What, Rich? Literally in the last 10 days. I mean,
we put it together pretty quickly.
It's pretty good. I think the floor is going to be sold. Yeah, I mean, the Jen and Rich are no stranger to getting things done in a hurry, and I'm kind of the same way. I'm,
not without your help.
No surprise when we have to. Nature of the seasonal businesses, right? So, no, but we're excited about a lot of things, and I always like to go to Philly. That area is really nice. I'm sure my wife's excited about the right next door to King of Prussia, where it's like the world's largest mall or something like that.
Yeah.
No sales tax on clothes, mind you.
No sales tax.
That'll make it a little bit easier on the wallet, Jen. So
exactly. Not that I knew that, or not that I'm planning on doing that either while I'm there.
You guys can be a reckoning force, but I always like I said, I like Philly in general, and I think we're gonna have a good crowd out there. And regardless of how many people, I think like Rich was saying, definitely this is one where, or Jen was saying, I'm sorry, don't hesitate. We're not lying. We are limited on space because we did do this last minute, and hey, we'll let you in, till we pack the room, but you'll be standing, which will be a lot better to be seated for 8 or 9 hours than standing. So,
right.
Get signed up earlier rather than later, and don't procrastinate. And it's gonna be a great event. I can just feel it. I think it's gonna have similar momentum to St. Louis, just not the size, but the East Coast. What excites me a lot, asking about excited, is that it's a very dense market, and I know it is in the haunt. It's equally that way on the Christmas light side of things. So it's going to be a great place, and going to get just bigger exponentially year after year.
Yeah. So Josh, a couple things, like if you were, and you would understand this better than we even would. If you're a new person, somebody, obviously this is mostly a seasonal business. I mean, you can also, there's going to be trainings, at both locations through every year going forward. But, if you're a new guy just trying to get into this, and it's a seasonal business, like what type of people decide to jump into, Christmas installation?
Most commonly, it is people with another business that slows down. So service-oriented businesses tend to slow down during the fall, going into late October, November, December, January, which makes it perfect for, makes it a perfect add-on because they keep their employees busy throughout the season and also put some good money in their pocket. So I'm talking like mostly outdoor services like pressure washing, landscape contractors, window washers, pest control guys. We get a lot of firefighters on our program. A lot of firefighters tend to have the second career, or let's say second business, or a business in addition to the firefighting, because of the shift is very conducive. So those would be the top ones. But we also get people that actually in the last couple of years we've had a big increase in teachers and pastors for some reason. So really, like literally the last couple of years noticed that. And then also we're starting to notice a lot of people that are in the inflatable industry, like these bounce houses and stuff. So yeah, we've noticed more people joining on, and which, like Rich was saying with the training, we're really going to team up this year to get more and more people involved in our training. And at our training facility in Dallas, which is a dedicated training facility 5 minutes from DFW Airport, we hold training events, at least one every month. With the extent we're not going to do it in July just because that's a good month to travel. And it's Swelter, great training center. We provide, it's 2-day training events. We provide lunch, a nice networking event on the patio in the evening. And it's a real intimate event too, because a lot of it's hands-on. It's actually a house on a commercial property that I leased out a couple of years ago. And literally, nobody lives in the house or anything. It's set up as a showroom, training facility, and a podcast studio with a dining area. So I kind of call it like a man cave / training facility.
Yeah.
Actually, Lisa, man, where are you at? Are you still at the training facility? Yeah, I'm over here playing the games over here. So it really is. So we'll have that ongoing as well, and people can get into some stuff on that. And that's free right now too. Now that's for a limited time. That's gone back and forth, and might be going back to pay for it. But for now, get signed up and it's free. So this will just be a great way to kind of get in, dip your toe in the water a little bit, learn some different segments of this industry, and then if you're not a seasoned vet, then come on out and see us in Texas, and got plenty of time before our season starts in late October to be able to do that. So
yeah. So like, I'm in a nutshell, what, we're trying to provide here is the opportunity to either enhance your business that you've already started, because some guys are pretty experienced in this and are always looking to do more things in the future. We have full plans to have certifications in certain areas and different things that we want to do. The classes will be more extensive, and there will be a larger variety of them as well in the future. We plan on probably rolling out a much bigger package at TransWorld, and it will be free there as well. So it'll be nice because it's different locations. You can if you're in the Midwest, you can go to St. Louis. But I think the key to both this show, which is up and coming, and the show in St. Louis is that you're going to have a massive trade show floor and have the opportunity that after you're done taking these classes, you'll be able to go and look at all the vendors that offer the items that you're actually going to be able to sell to your customer. And, you'll purchase and sell to your customer and be able to install. So it's going to be nice there too, because you also get hands-on from, several different vendors that are able to teach you how to use their products, and for you to pick and choose what you want to use. And then last thing and most important thing is the networking, because, Josh can even say this himself, there's the easiest way to be successful in a business is to learn from other people's mistakes. So, if you have the opportunity to talk to people that have already been through this, they'll let you know, which directions to go, what to do, what not to do.
And to your point, Rich, we have a lot of people out there. There's no secret. There's a lot of people doing training events, and by far, I've definitely done it the longest. But what's unique about what we're doing is that we're bringing people into an event where there's also a trade show floor, and it's not, we're not just excluding anybody or particular vendors. They're going to get an opportunity to meet a lot of my competitors. I mean, I'm fine with that. It's networking, it's friendly competitors of mine, but I feel like I'd be doing a disservice if I was trying to sway people and hide the fact of such a great trade show floor, because I heard several comments this year, which were kind of new, but I think more people have had the opportunity to go over to the big Christmas show over in Europe. And that was always Toto's like, oh, wow, St. Louis is TransWorld is definitely the best in the United States. I heard several installers telling me that had actually been over to the big one in Europe, and they're like, as far as it goes for learning and installers and that sort of thing, and the stuff that we use, TransWorld would actually be number one. I mean, it's just
yeah.
I mean, it's that was kind of interesting and good to hear that it really is geared towards that audience, and that's who and I know that there's going to be some of the also obviously do-it-yourself crowd, and hey, that's great. The more the merrier, and we'd love to see some of those people that have such a passion for, we call them the Clark Griswolds of the Christmas world.
Yeah,
but
we love them.
Hey, they love it. Why not turn it into a business, right? Spread the cheer and
that's something, Josh, that you've done different than, I mean, there's a lot of people that teach classes and do a lot of different things. And the way most of the formats are set up is that they teach the classes and then they sell the lights through them. They have a select number of vendors. I think the difference here is, and you're probably one of the only ones that are doing this, where it's pretty much, you're teaching, but it's open up to all the vendors. Everyone is on a level playing field where they have the
I am
opportunity to buy
correct
from
with you
everyone.
guys. I am.
Sure, you have certain preferred vendors you work with and things like that, but at the end of the day, you understand that, you know,
They can buy direct.
yeah, they're buying direct from these guys. They're
Right.
not buying through somebody.
You know, we all know this as salespeople, business people. People are going to buy it from who they like, and
Right.
you know, it's one of those things where my prices are great, our service is great, but that's why I'm not afraid to be here, because hey, if somebody happens to be closer to one of my competitors, that's, you know, probably more than likely a friendly competitor, we might actually trade business back and forth. Hey, you need this in a day or two. Unfortunately, you know, we can't get it to you in that time frame. So why don't you give such and such a call over at, you know, at whatever vendor? And you're right. We're very unique in doing that. And that's because, again, I think that I would be doing a disservice if I was trying to do that and just, you know, bringing people in solely to say, hey, not that anybody can do business the way they want, right? It's just like, you know, it's their choice. They can do it however they want, but it's definitely very advantageous. And that's what I tell everybody. Look, yes, you can get training, lots of different events and everything, but it is going to also be different levels of training. And I feel like with our experience in the 22 years that I've been doing training events and 28 years in the business, mine probably is a lot of trainings are copycat versions of mine, but definitely they can't say that you can go there to these events and see, you know, 70, 80 vendors there and trees that are RGB trees that are 50, 60, 70 feet tall. And, you know, everything that you need from just basic installations to full on drive through parks and shopping centers and amusement parks, you know. So that's what's really great about it. And I think that's going to catch on more and more. And I think that's what we really need to get the word out on the most, is that it's twofold. It's the educational side, but if you're in this business, you're a professional, you've got to be having the contacts to buy wholesale prices. And that's what you're going to find here. You know, you can look online, you can, you know, shop on the internet or whatever, and you can make a connection somewhat. But, you know, I've always been a firm believer of saying, like, even when we get together and stuff, nothing beats being face to face and breaking bread with somebody, shaking their hand or talking to them.
Agreed.
And get
People feel better about that way.
Yeah, and the vendors appreciate that. They know that the people that are coming out there making that effort to travel and invest in their time and money into that, and by doing our classes, we're investing our time and money, but it's a two-way street, and it becomes a win-win situation for both of us.
Yeah, and I think the difference for us going forward is, you know, we kind of looked at this and seen there's a lot of competition in the marketplace, but we're trying to offer something different than everyone else. It's what we've always prided ourselves in. And you can come in here and start as little as somebody that's just learning how to decorate your own home, and then you graduate into it becoming a business for you, or you become an installer and you're installing other people's homes, and then it graduates from there to where you're doing permanent lighting, which, you know, you're offering classes on that for, you know, commercial businesses, to a level of producing all the way up to, you know, where you're doing this for, you know, municipalities, to a point to where you're producing your own event. So we offer all levels of that. And that's what's nice about this, you know, from the two shows that we offer, the one in Philly and the one in St. Louis, you have the ability, you know, of starting in the minor leagues and working your all the way up. You know, like I'm at a point where I'm doing my home right now. I haven't done Christmas before, and I started with permanent lights this year. I plan on expanding to more things next year, and then eventually growing into other things. I don't ever foresee myself becoming an installer or anything like that, but some people, that's where it starts. And then, you know, they start at their house and then they graduate to the next level and just keep going up all the way until next thing you know, you're installing stuff for an amusement park. You know, that's how it goes.
Exactly. You're exactly right on that.
We offer it all. Yeah.
So that's great. Well, we're excited, and Josh, thank you for building this.
Yeah,
our
of
series.
course. Yeah, we're excited
like
too.
you
And we're
said,
about
in 10 days, and I just think a great opportunity. This area of the country is just such a special niche, and I think it is very densely populated. and the turnouts have definitely even surprised me.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be overwhelmed by the amount of people that come out, and I think part of it is it was probably good to have a second show because just some people can't make it out to St. Louis all the time, and this is an opportunity to meet a second time, or if you just live in that area and you want to come out and get a taste, and if you like this, then you can do it. But I also want to thank all the speakers that you got to participate and help donate their time for these classes.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be free without everybody pitching in and helping. So it isn't just us, it's you, it's many others. And we appreciate all that.
So thank you guys so much. And I
Awesome.
think this
Sounds good. No, good stuff, guys.
Kickoff to the show. So we're super excited.
Yep.
Love this. Love this. Guys, great work. Of course, we definitely appreciate you being a sponsor and doing all of this amazing work. So we definitely want everyone to go to WeHangChristmasLights.com and go take care of you guys because you're taking care of us.
Yes.
And so definitely everyone check back in the next day or so because all of that should be on the website so that you can be able to sign up for that class. Again, it is free, but you still have to sign up in order to hold your place in the class.
Yeah, and one last thing I just wanted to mention what Josh actually does. He is a licensee. So Josh, can you explain what that actually is if somebody does decide to come and take installer classes and what you can do to help them promote their business?
Yeah, so we also have we offer the training classes, and then we also offer an affiliate program through WeHangChristmasLights.com that is zip code based, very similar to a franchise, but we don't have royalties. It's an annual fee. I say similar in the ways of marketing support, the ability to purchase, apparel, shirts, uniforms, signs, marketing materials from flyers and business cards to brochures and postcards. So a lot of similarities, but that's not available obviously in all areas because just like anything else, it is territory based. So a lot of territories are sold out, but we do have space across the United States to where we can certainly talk to people and offer that marketing program, which is nice because I call it cooperative marketing, and it allows us to be able to kind of share in a budget of marketing and be able to really cut down the cost and have a very strong brand because branding is really important now more than ever. And that's kind of what we offer is that brand rich of WeHangChristmasLights.com, which is, the name says it all. Really doesn't get much better. People see a sign that sticks out in their memory. It doesn't take much to remember that. It's exactly what we do. And it's funny because a lot of people put out signs and vehicle wraps that say we hang Christmas lights. And we love it because it just directs traffic to us at the end of the day, as far as on Google and so forth. But yeah, so for that also, just hit me up. It's Josh at WeHangChristmasLights.com, and I'm always happy to talk to anybody about expanding their business, growing their business, and what we can offer from that marketing side, and to help them expand on the residential and the commercial side. My passion really is on the education and the marketing side, and that's why we don't even do. I sold my commercial installs division about 3.5 years ago, just because I didn't want great division to have, but it was in California. It's when I moved back to Texas, I sold it. And I just didn't want the distraction because that's where the training, the support comes in is, you train the people. Well, they're still going to have some questions. Nobody learns 100% in the classroom with the hands-on. So we're there throughout the whole season. People are surprised, like, wow, I know you told me in the class that you'd answer your cell phone when I called, and you may not answer, but you called me back an hour later. I can't believe it. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I'm about. I'm sitting at my desk to help people through that first season, the first couple seasons, whatever they need.
It is true. Josh is very accessible, so I would agree with that statement.
Love that. We are very, very lucky to have you, and not only all of your experience, but the ability to be able to mentor and give guidance to these new folks that are coming up and dipping their toes in the water. And you can do that free at the East Coast Christmas Show. If you want to take a gamble, maybe a new business venture, or learn a lot more, come check out Josh. Come check out all the education. East Coast Christmas Show. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
See you soon.
Thanks, Josh. Guys, this is awesome. What a kickoff.
It is. It's great. It's going to be exciting. And I think a lot of people should take advantage of it. Even if you're just thinking about it, what do you really have to lose if all you have to do is buy a ticket to the show? It's free.
Yeah, it's free that time.
You know,
Exactly. And you guys had pointed out earlier, like this is an opportunity to just dip your toe, see if you like it. And if you do, it could be a great business venture, and you could be decorating your house and the whole neighborhood.
yeah,
So-
exactly.
Well, we're not done yet. We still have a huge packed show. Shall we move on to our next guest?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Super excited. We have him because there's a ton of Christmas stuff we got to talk about with him. TransWorld Live, help us in welcoming from your Pixel store, Mr. Mynor Mendoza.
What's
up, buddy?
How's it going, guys?
Mhm.
Hey.
Now, we got a question last week that we figured we'd kick off everything in here because a lot of people were confused. So we need you and your expertise because you're from your Pixel store. What is a pixel?
A pixel is really the smallest possible light that you can have in a show, and they're very, very challenging if you've never used them before. But once you figure it out, it's the best light that you can use in your show.
It's
But that's the simplest, easiest answer for everyone out there.
We love it, and thanks for watching the show last week and hanging out with us about that. But we're grateful that you're here, and there's so much to talk about as you are a huge partner of ours for East Coast Christmas Show, and we got Jen and Rich in here. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Shall we give a small background? Tell us about your Pixel store first before we get started.
Yeah, man. We started about 4 years ago. We literally started out of our garage, and we kept on pushing the envelope and kept on designing new stuff and coming up with new stuff. And now we have over 300 products on our website, from small stuff like pixels all the way to humongous like drive-through setups. Last year we helped set up a drive-through up in Michigan. So we do residential, we do commercial stuff, and it all started from our garage. And I'm actually in my warehouse now. This is our new warehouse. We just moved in like 2 weeks ago. So it's been crazy to say the least.
Congratulations. And just to help, like that's an understatement. Like you guys have 3D STLs, controllers, power boards, floodlights, moving heads, LED panels, matrix. The list goes on and on and on. Whether you want permanent lighting, temporary lighting, projectors, or props, you guys have everything.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff is in-house stuff. Like we've actually take the feedback from the community. A lot of the guys are, giving us shout outs. We literally take the feedback from the community and develop a lot of these products. It's all been a small process. Like, hey, metal boxes, let's make some metal boxes for the controllers. Hey, we need a projector enclosure. Okay, let's figure that out. Hey, these pixels don't work. Can we make something different with these? Sure. We'll give it a try. If we can figure it out and we can make it, we'll try. If we can't, we'll tell you to go somewhere else. But the fact of the matter is, I think you guys have seen it. We have like a ton of products that we've developed and a ton of products that we offer, and everything is going to come into play at the East Coast Honor Show. I think a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, I hope I'm not skipping around, but a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, it's going to show a lot of the products that we offer, and how it can be used at your home or at your commercial show, whichever it is. We're really excited about
Minor's talking about the house tour.
Stuff.
Not to interrupt, just so that we can catch people up. He's talking about the behind the scenes house tour that Mynor did an amazing job as one of our sponsors, helping us pull all of this together so that people can actually see what Minor's talking about in real time and then be able to ask questions to the owners as well as industry leaders who will be on site, in a roundtable situation to answer questions. So it's a pretty neat concept what Mynor had helped us put together this year and came up with.
And what a cool concept too, because we're used to those haunted house tours, but for a Christmas show, we need a Christmas tour. So this is kind of groundbreaking. Robert has it on the screen right now. It is technically called the exclusive behind the scenes X Lights Tour, a journey into the magic of synchronized holiday light displays. Mynor, do you want to kick us off? What is this cool extravaganza, this field trip that anyone that wants to see practical examples gets to come hang out and see.
It all started from last year. Jen and Rich invited me to go to the East Coast Hunters the first year that you guys had East Coast Hunters, and they're like, hey, come check it out, and tell me, give us some feedback, and if Christmas is going to work out there. And I showed up with whatever fit in my suitcase. I wasn't suitcasing, but I showed up with whatever I had in my suitcase at my booth, and it was amazing. There were so many people that were excited that we had Christmas there, but it was just me and like 2 other vendors that were doing Christmas. And I was like, hey, look, guys, there's something special about being here in Pennsylvania. I think we need to, maybe bring up the Christmas thing. And they ran with it. They were like, hey, let's do it. And then, we started talking, and one thing led to another, and we got this behind the scenes, and I started reaching out to the community, the X-Sites community, and I said, hey guys, we're looking for homes. Anyone that's interested near the Pennsylvania area, an hour-ish or so from there, in New Jersey, all those places, let me know. And then Andrew, aka Andy, was the first guy to say, hey, I'm interested. I can leave my stuff up after Christmas until April, which is, a huge thank you for him for doing that. There's the Fazio family lights. Huge thank you for him leaving his lights out. And then I was like, hey guys, can we get another one? And then Mike stepped up. I don't see Mike here, but Mike stepped up, and he's like, so now we have 2 homes. We're going to be able to see 2 homes, and how each home is different, and at the same time see that they share similarities. So it's going to give us an opportunity for everyone to see how a show is put together, from the small things that you can build yourself in 3D print to all the way to having moving heads on your show. So I think it's going to be a great tour for everyone. If you really want to see what it looks like to put a Christmas show together, this is going to be the opportunity to do it.
So Mynor, from when I guess after we were at the show last year, it was kind of interesting. We started talking about ideas and things that we wanted to do. And when I came to you with this, has anybody ever done a behind the scenes, home tour where you could actually see how somebody, builds one of these really cool light shows that we see on YouTube, or we see lots of people going to visit? Have you ever been to a show or been anywhere where you could actually see one in the off season?
No. This is the first time that I would be part of something like this, like that I've seen. I've seen it on the Halloween side, and I think that's where that's where the idea came from. I saw it on the Halloween side, and I said, hey, the Halloween side is awesome. It's I got to see some intrinsics. It's really cool. And I run a Halloween hunt, so for me the Halloween side was like, oh, this is cool, but hey, there's nothing like this on the Christmas side. And I thought it was a no-brainer. I think it's going to be amazing. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to enjoy it. And we look forward to the feedback. It's the first year that we're going to do it. So we're looking for feedback and hoping, people enjoy it, and maybe we can grow it to 3 or 4 homes next year. Who knows? So again, it's the first year that anything like this has been done. So I'm really excited and nervous. So that's a good thing. And I'm sure, the guys that are putting up their homes for us, I hope they bring their A game, and it looks amazing for us. And it's all about, having fun at the end of the day. If the people enjoy it, that's really the best thing for us.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just think it sparks so much creativity, similar to mine, or what we do when we do like the hunt tours. Everyone always gets that little nugget out of something, and it makes their show that much better because they were able to see something. I think this is going to offer that same opportunity for people.
Yeah, and I think the hard thing is, and we learned this in the hunt industry, is that most of these people that put on these shows, I know, there's these mini groups to get together, and, we know some of them are coming to our show, and bringing their members. They get together and they collaborate and they talk about how they do this to their homes. But it's rare that you get to go visit any, because you're generally building your own show, you're managing it during that season, and you don't have the opportunity to go out and see anyone else's. So that's what's fun about this, is the fact that, we had 2 families that actually were kind enough to keep these shows up for us and allow all of you to have the opportunity to go visit them and see how they do it. So, if you're someone like myself, I'm very interested in it because, we're just starting to dip our toes in the water to, get the opportunity to do our own house. I want to see what someone's looks like because I'm the kind of person I want mine to be the best. So,
That is true.
I'm striving to be that George within a couple of years, but I don't know that I'll ever reach that. Because I'm going to have to move my house into an isolated area and have drones and everything. But it would be cool, to see that. But seeing these shows is going to be really cool to be able to see them up close.
And they're so inspirational.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just such a great opportunity. And like Rich was saying too, when things are open during the year, it's hard to go visit them because your show's open. So it does give you guys time in the off season. The other really cool thing that Mynor and I had talked about and kind of set up with all this is you're going to have industry leaders there. So you're going to we're renting tables and chairs. We're going to have, some snacks and drinks, but you're going to get a chance to talk to these leaders. And it's, a lot of times when you're in a classroom, it's not the same thing. When someone's in front of you and you can ask questions and have conversation, that's the most amazing thing. That really is magical. And that gives you a chance to really take advantage of a lot of these people with this industry knowledge to be able to pick their brain. And you can't really do that in a seminar setting. So this is something special and a little bit different. So I think it's pretty, and I think it'll be a really great experience for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And I did see in the chat, Alan Hops was asking where Mynor was located. He's in Los Angeles, California. That's where his business is located. So, but he gets out everywhere. He's in most of our shows. He's coming to Midwest. He's coming to East Coast. He does TransWorld. So you'll have an opportunity to see him there if you're looking for any of his products.
This is awesome, guys. So Robert's going to post the link. This is all on the East Coast Christmas Show.com/tour. You could take a look. It starts 6:30 on Saturday. You could choose to be a part of the bus or drive yourself. Either way. And we've got an early bird discount that's going to expire on April 10th. So make sure if you want to opt in, you do so before that time to take advantage of that. And of course, we want to give a lot of patronage to Your Pixel Store. Thanks, Mynor. Appreciate it. As well as BF Light Shows and Experience Lights for co-sponsoring this event.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. Seriously. It's going to be a great evening. I'm super excited.
No, absolutely. I can't wait. I think with the people that are going to show up, there's going to be a ton of speakers there. We're hoping to have at least 5 or 6 people that are going to speak that are great leaders in the industry that we do. So like I said, make sure you guys sign up. We can't wait to see you guys there. And of course, make sure you check out the Halloween side. I always tell people I have my love in both sides. You got to check out both sides. And we're going to be releasing a couple of things that we didn't release at TransWorld. We saved a couple of little tidbits for the East Coast Haunters, so we're excited about that. So make sure you guys stop by our booth and check them out.
Thank you for that work.
Love this. Well, Mynor, before you go, can you help us with something?
Sure.
On behalf of Jen and Rich, we want to give away 2 tickets to the East Coast Christmas Show and the East Coast Haunter Show. It's all in one. You're going to be able to go to both, but courtesy of TransWorld, we want you to help us if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
So folks in the chat, you are going to put in ECC East Coast Christmas Show ECCS. First time we're saying that, right? And then the answer to this question, Mynor, I need your help because we don't know the answer to this, so you're going to have to watch the chat. But we're going to ask everybody, what's Mynor's favorite Christmas movie?
So last time I said do I say it?
No, not yet.
Do we wait?
Not yet. Let's see if you see it in the chat. You're going to win 2 tickets to the Christmas show, courtesy of TransWorld.
And that'll be for the weekend, Pat. That'll be for both days, for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, to the whole show floor. Super excited, which is filling up very quickly. Rich, congratulations. I know that the exhibitor list actually, or the initial one, I know it's always being built, but that just got released.
Thank you.
Yeah, he sold almost everything.
Which looks awesome. Looks awesome. All right, so we got some answers coming in here. I'm assuming it's not Christmas Story or Elf, because Mynor would call that out.
No, actually, Elf is one of my least favorite Christmas movies. So
okay. Love it. Christmas Vacation, little Clark Griswold there.
It's up there, top 3 for sure. I see that. Yeah, top 3.
Right.
Love it. We'll keep these going for a couple more seconds here. You may have to Die Hard Is it a Christmas movie? What do you think?
I'm on the side that it isn't, but I know that there's going to be a huge debate on that. So no, no, I don't see it on the list, but I may have to pick one from that list because there is one that I really like that they just mentioned.
You call it out whenever you see something that you're going to go with. We're good. We'll back you up here.
One of my I think there it is. So
that's mine. That's mine. That's my favorite. And I couldn't believe nobody said it.
Is it Miracle on 34th Street?
Yes.
That's it right there. They
I've
got
watched
it.
that like 100 times. The original.
Yes.
I like the
That's
original,
one of
not
my
the newer
favorite.
one.
Yep.
I like the original in black.
Love that. Oh, who's our winner here? Who's our winner? I know it went fast.
It is 66Z Dog 66.
All right, 66 Z Dog. Congratulations. Thanks for watching the show. Email me at kris@haashow.com and we'll get you hooked up. And thanks, Mynor. Appreciate that. Miracle on 34.
And
Thank you guys for having me. I
all
appreciate
honesty.
it. And we'll see you guys in a few weeks.
All
Yeah.
right, we're excited.
Love it. Great choices, guys. Thank you so much. Stick with us here. We've got a quick word from our sponsor. To them because they are our premier show sponsor. So we always appreciate them. Guys, you ready to keep going? Because wait, there's more. We still have 2 more guests.
This one.
I know. Super excited. All right. TransWorld Live, help us in welcoming our good friend James Hohensee from Boscoyo Studio.
James.
James is coming all the way from Louisiana.
I thought I was getting flipped. I thought I was the last. It's all good.
What's going
Make
on?
your
buddy?
mind, man. I was making some special stuff happen for the show. So,
Hey,
anyway,
Chris,
I guess
before
I'll
we
just announce
go
it.
further, I just want to correct one thing. Magical Light Show is the sponsor for the East Coast show.
They're the premier.
So they're the
sponsor.
premier, and Ticket Spice is was the premier sponsor for
Of
the
TransWorld.
interactive for TransWorld.
Yeah, the interactive section of TransWorld. Yeah.
I just want
Oh,
to make sure.
excellent. Excellent. Well, James, what's going on? We know, welcome back to the show here. How are things down in Louisiana at Boscoyo HQ?
It's up and down. It's kind of crazy. Who would have thought we would have 8 inches of snow at the house? I mean,
Right?
it's not
Right?
us. And now we're back in the 90s. So who knows? It's just, it's Louisiana. Just another day in paradise. So,
Amen to that. We know you have a ton of products that you guys are always developing new stuff here, from floors to tunnels to Cora to Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, whatever holiday, maybe even a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah. You're going to decorate it. You're going to celebrate it. You're going to help people party. You guys do everything.
thanks. We
It's
have
a
a cat
forum.
around here. She's around here. So, Shannon and Alan were in a few weeks ago, and they got to meet the shop animals. So
Love it.
anyway, good times. So look, this is kind of cool for me. It's almost going full circle. We started doing TransWorld in St. Louis when the Christmas show was introduced. We were primarily a Christmas type vendor. Now I kind of shy away from that because it's lights. I can put lights in anything, right? I mean, that's what we do. And yes, our primary focus is Christmas. But we manufacture various props in-house that we ship around the world, and really have pioneered the kind of set the gold standard how things are done in our industry. From the mega trees with the mega tree mounting strip, which was our first product that we invented, to even the Coroplast products that we use and stuff. And 2 years, almost 3 years ago now, that we did the soft surface floor tiles that we do, which is still the only soft surface floor tile with lights inside them that you can walk on, drive on.
Weatherproof.
Yeah, weatherproof. They get snow on them. Just a really cool product. And, we're just always pushing the boundaries and just trying to find those little niche spots that people need assistance with, from the interactive props. Our gel blaster targets have been really, really, really popular. We actually worked with Falcon controllers and created our own little controller to drive these whole systems. And so we do these little jelly ball type targets. They're great for the ag industry for their pumpkin patches and things like that. Yep, there's our floor. You can also see the wormhole. That was the first year that we did the wormhole. So yeah, it's come a long way, man. We've had a lot of fun.
Love this. Love this. You guys are always innovating, and we can't wait to see. Rumor has it that the wormhole will be returning to East Coast.
There will be a wormhole. I think we're going to bring a 20-foot wormhole with us in our booth.
Okay.
And then there will be a mini version that'll be used at both entrances, going into the main entrance for the Christmas side from outside, and then the transition from Christmas to Halloween vendor areas. So yeah, definitely enjoying the wormholes. It's not a vortex tunnel. I don't want to compete with those guys. It has no moving parts, right? It's all electronic, and it's just another way to achieve the same effect, but I can change the colors on a whim, right? I don't have to be. It can be any color, any theme. It can change from year to year, and it's really a fun product to have. And we've got some really cool applications. We're working on a theme park right now. Hopefully we get that job. So something that came out of TransWorld earlier this month, whenever it was. It's been a whim. Anyway, so hopefully that one pans out. But like I said, this show, we're super excited about East Coast. Again, it's kind of going back to our roots. We started out as a DIY company. Everything in our shop is stuff that kind of came out of necessity in the beginning. That's how we started. Was how to solve problems. How do you make these mega trees using these pixels? And the key is you got to keep them organized. They have to be maintained spacing, or the images just don't look proper. And we kept pushing the envelope and kind of creating new ideas. And I can tell you a bunch of things that don't work, and I can show you a handful that do work. So that's kind of where we're at.
Love this. Love this. Well, we know that you're always innovating, but we're grateful. Not only are you a sponsor of the show and obviously have been our partner for years, but you and Jen and Rich really worked hard on a whole education track to teach a lot of people a lot of cool things from some of the best and most brilliant minds in the Christmas industry.
I have to agree. We kind of geared these classes to be more in the DIY format. The topics are designed not so much for commercial, but it can be used in the commercial atmosphere if you need to. It's a great way to learn. And in a lot of the classes are the hands-on, really get to the nuts and bolts of how things are done. What you're learning on is the techniques to do it on your own. And like I said, it's designed for a residential, but it applies to a commercial just on a larger scale. So it doesn't really matter which one it is, but our goal was to go after the residential haunter and Christmas decorator. So
love this. Love this. I think, should we take a look at what we've got to offer here?
Sure. And there's still a couple, if I can just say, that are not up yet online. But the majority are here. So I'm very excited about that, but we do not have the workshops up yet. And James can probably touch a little bit on that, the X-Light workshop, as well as the Lightorama workshop. That is not there, but that should be there tomorrow as well.
Well, real quick, and maybe James, you can do this, or Jen, or whoever, just so everybody knows, we do have this, as Jen was just mentioning, a workshop. What's the difference between a seminar and a workshop?
So a seminar is more of an intensive class. It's in this case, it's a day and a half. So you'll start class at 8:00 and go till 1:00 on Friday. The reason we're stopping at 1:00 is there is an event taking place at Hershey Park, and we need to be there at 3:30. So we're trying to let everyone get out of the class. They can attend the Hershey Park if they like. And then we'll pick up classes again on Saturday with the Lightorama class starting at 1:00 going to 5, and then the X-Lights class will start at 2:00 and go to 5:00. And the idea here is you really dive in and you start from the beginning to the end of kind of how you set up both Lightorama software and the X-Light software. These are the two primary softwares used to sequence lights in the residential level. There are other softwares out there that are significantly more money. This is just the ones that are typically used for residential. And so Aubrey with Lightorama will be teaching with, I think, 3 other teachers. I don't know what parts of it, but anyway, she's bringing 3 other instructors with her as well. They'll be teaching the Lightorama classes in the day and a half intensive. And then Bill Porter and Patrick Delaney will be teaching the X-Lights intensive.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So the workshops are more in-depth and hands-on versus the seminars, which are just a shorter amount of time.
Right. And it's, the intensive it's more of it's a hands-on approach and a one-on-one. It's a very intimate setting, right? Because there's not going to be, I don't know how many people are going to be there. I don't expect it to be hundreds of people, right? But,
Sure.
Typically 50 to 60 people is the norm. Sometimes less, sometimes more, but you just never know. Being this is the first year show, we're gaining all this knowledge of how many people are going to attend. We expect a reasonable amount, but these instructors they're well vetted. They're seasoned professionals. They've taught these classes for years, and we think they're a good representation of their softwares.
Love this.
And then even the X-Lights workshop, the one that's going to be on Friday and following up on Saturday, there's also a make and take where you get to make something and take it with you, which I think is really cool. You'll see that all in the description. But James, if I'm not mistaken, this is really the first time we've had any extensive seminar series with Lightorama.
It is. I reached out to Lightorama because, again, we wanted this show to not favor one or the other. These were the 2 main ones. We want to bring them together. They can coexist. And so, again, we don't want to exclude anyone out of the whole realm of what we're doing here. And Aubrey Call is a great, she's a friend and a customer of mine. And she was just ecstatic to become part of this show as well. So we're really looking forward to having those classes here.
And she's also a gold sponsor. I mean, not only did she come on to do some seminars, but she came on to completely support the show. I mean, she gave me a call and she's coming. They're really showing their full support. So we're super excited to have this opportunity. And James really helped me pull all of this together, as he always does with everything. I'm lucky to have him. But
to help.
I mean, I really think that the classes that we developed here are really great. And I'm super excited to be able to roll those workshops out as well.
Yeah.
So
for sure. And we're still going to have some of the big names out there, so it's really going to be, it's a good, some of the teachers you've seen it at St. Louis before, and some of them you haven't. It's really just trying to figure out the best mix for this show. And again, to create that DIY type atmosphere that we want.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, we need to talk about the classroom setting. So the seminars are actually going to take place on the vendor floor, which is a new format for us. So the facility, I don't believe, actually really has classrooms. And so what Rich has done is created a space within the vendor hall that this will take place. And I think the advantage here is you can attend your class and you don't have to spend 30 minutes, transitioning back to the vendor hall. You literally just walk out of that room and you're in the vendor hall again. So it's really just no loss of time.
Yep.
What a great range of topics. And I know Robert's scrolling them. You should really check this out at eastcoastchristmasshow.com. But you just hit it, like all of your programming softwares, learning about installing your permanent lights, making sure you know something about projection mapping, really everything to make your Christmas display, again, for DIY or commercial, to make it really pop and take it to the next level.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a good assortment. Hopefully next year we'll expand it. Being this is the inaugural year, we're really hoping to kind of get a good taste of how the crowd feels. We saw what happened with Halloween. We're expecting a similar response with Christmas. So
and I'm even seeing that already with when we did a soft open for registration, and it was just like, wow. So I definitely think that this is a much needed thing in this area. So we're super excited to be rolling it out. And I think when you roll it out in conjunction to Halloween, there's so many people that live in both worlds and do for both that I think it's so complimentary to have the shows, together. I really see a benefit of that, where a lot of times you've got a haunt show or you've got a Christmas show, but having the synergy between the two of them is a really great thing.
Absolutely.
Could not agree more. This is a great selection, and everybody go check these out. This is wonderful. And I know the workshops are going to be up tomorrow or very soon. So make
Some
sure.
of them are up now. Unfortunately, the tech IT guy had an issue come up.
Yeah.
But we did pretty much finalize everything. So
Somebody
somebody was
James and I
extremely
were
happy.
3 hours of the morning. I was much happy when we were done yesterday, just because there's so much. And I really appreciate James and a lot of other people as well, Mynor, and a lot of other people that have helped educate me along the way, because a lot of this is new for me. And that was the same way too when I got into haunt. You know, I didn't own a haunt and I didn't have a lot of familiarities with a lot of the teachers. And there were a lot of people like Ben Armstrong and Randy Bates and Tim Kavinsky and a lot of people that kind of led me down a path to have better understanding of things. So I'm grateful that I have that same kind of camaraderie here, you know, with the Christmas episode. So
Could not agree more. We did have a question from the audience, if we can bring that up here. Will the rooms be closed off enough to be able to hear the speakers if it's on the floor?
yes, we're building walls.
Yes, we're building walls, and we've also, a lot of the vendors that are in the immediate area of the classrooms, they're not making a lot of noise. You know, so
Sure.
we don't have to worry about them playing loud props and what have you. So yes,
That's,
been
no, it's a,
mindful of the layout of who's located where.
it's a great question because you're right. But we'll make sure that you're able to hear and get the full immersement into those seminars. James, I know that you've got your own business, but you also spend all this time with Jen doing all these seminars. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome.
Of course, you guys are welcome. You know, Jen and Rich have been great to our company. You know, when we came in, got involved with St. Louis, it was, you know, it's a sink or swim, right? You just get thrown into the deep end. But it's come a long way. I mean, you know, our company's evolved, and you know, we've created those commercial products that we, you know, that's great for that show. And then, like I said, now we're actually going back to our roots, and we're going to treat it like some of the old shows that we used to do, and where we bring the raw products, and then you can buy them. So there's gonna be a lot more cash and carry.
Cash and carry.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, what we were working on, because I thought I was going to be the following speaker, we were setting up a discount code, which you can go to our website, place your order using the discount code ECCS25, and that will let us take your order. You'll get 10% off, and we'll bring your order with us. So there's no shipping.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
So
God.
if you have the larger props, our 4-foot props or what have you, they won't be slit so they can fit in a box for shipping. So we'll bring it with us. This is what we do for the minis, right? So when we attend the little smaller groups like the Nashville one coming up and some of the other minis that we've done in the past, we will bring those products with us. It's a huge saving. It's what, 20% normally for shipping. So yeah, it's a great way to take advantage of it.
You're saving on shipping. You're saving already 10%. Robert's posting it right now. Boscoyostudio.com. The code is ECCS25.
Right. And that'll run to the 11th because we need enough time to make sure we can get everything boxed up and packed in, because I believe I leave on the 18th, I think, to get up there.
Okay.
Because it's a 2-day drive for us. So
for sure.
And everybody else gets to fly in. Go figure. But Peyton and I will drive up. So all good.
I want to give one more plug to James. Even if you don't see something on his website, he can create anything. I just have to say that we were fortunate to get to work with James and his entire crew. My daughter got bat mitzvahed in October, and he created an environment for her that was absolutely ridiculous. And it was a vision. I mean, from having a real live Sephora store to having all these different activations at the mitzvah. He really made it something special. And I just have to say that no matter what you are thinking or what you envision in your head, this company can bring that to life for you. And that is amazing. Amen. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. We enjoyed being part of it. It was my first one, just saying. And so I guess a little background on our shop is I pride myself in learning how to make things. People that visit our shop, they're blown away by some of the equipment that we have here. because we can do so many different things and the rules don't apply, right? Because I wasn't professionally trained on how to use some of these machines, and I may not use it the right way, which isn't always a bad thing. And but we do, we have, I think, 14 different CNC machines, anything from routers to my new beast, which is called Snow Miser, that we're working on, which is just custom made equipment that we built for specific purposes. There'll be more of that coming. I'm hoping it'll be ready for East Coast. We'll have some stuff made with it. But we do vacuum forming and we do injection molding type stuff. So really there's no limit to what we can manufacture here. And that's the key, is we make everything we do here. There's very few things that we bring from overseas other than electronics. I can't do nothing about pixels. That has to come from overseas. Sure. But the stuff that those lights go into, we manufacture, which is just what we really like.
Well, Shannon gives you love right there.
So,
oh my gosh. I know we are all grateful for you, and thank you obviously always for supporting us, but supporting everybody that comes to the shows and being just a friendly face that's willing to help and be a guiding light for anybody that needs it.
Oh, our pleasure, man. We enjoy it.
We're lucky to have them.
Yes, big time. Well, guys, before we see each other in far less than 37 days, but I know. It's too loud.
I just got the classes finished.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you, my friend. We appreciate you, and can't wait to see you soon. Thanks for everything.
Sounds great. See you
Thanks,
soon.
buddy.
Bye.
Thank you. Job well done, Jen. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I really wasn't kidding. I should share maybe on another show some of the stuff that James did get a chance to build for Courtney's bat mitzvah, because it was just, I was blown away.
I think everybody was. Holy,
yeah, the fact that he can really just create anything. That's really amazing thing.
You don't even see the four walls. Like, I know we can talk about this on another show, but he transformed four walls into a space that didn't even feel like, a banquet hall. So
yeah, exactly. Agreed.
All right, but we're not done yet. She has been waiting, and we are so excited to have her.
This is it's the gold standard. I mean, where to go? Yes. Yeah, right, of Halloween.
Exactly. We love our Christmas, and we're so excited for that inaugural. But East Coast Haunters Convention last year, year one, was crazy. And a big part of that is from our very next guest. TransWorld Live, help us in welcoming Miss Erin Davis from Eastern State Penitentiary. See, you can't get that growl in for the Christmas folks. Like, you got to get it for the...
There's something special when it comes to this. But I am so grateful. Erin really helped bring this party that's going to happen on Saturday night alive. If it wasn't for her, honestly. And we are super excited. That is one thing that everyone that I've talked to from the Haunters side is so excited for. And the Christmas people are welcome to attend too. We are going to be putting that up on that side of the website too, in case there are people that love Halloween and want the opportunity, to be able to tour Eastern State in a private event. So,
it was crazy because we had that. Erin and I were talking just before the show, like last year in the inaugural Haunters Convention side, we only had very, very limited tickets. And so a very select few were able to go. And this year, we are breaking down the walls.
We rented out the place.
Exactly.
Everyone's invited.
Oh, Erin.
There it is.
Tell us about Eastern State. It's a crazy place, and we get it all to ourselves.
Yes.
Eastern State is, if you haven't been, it is one of the coolest places you will ever go to. And this is our Halloween nights, our event aside. This place is a Gothic fortress in the middle of downtown Philadelphia. It's 11 acres. It's huge. It was built in the early 1800s. It's a National Historic Landmark.
And checks the boxes.
Yes, no, seriously. The fact that we've been able to haunt in here for the last 35 years is such an incredible honor. Not to mention that all the profits that we make go to supporting the National Historic Site and the mission of Eastern State, and all the work they do behind mass incarceration and issues with the criminal justice system. So we stand behind the show that we run in so many ways. But it is extremely rare. I can't think of many, if any, other events that get to shut down the building like this and have the run of the place and have all the Halloween stuff. Like, it just doesn't happen.
No, like one of the most famous prisons in all of history. You guys have been doing it for 35 years. And if you come to East Coast, you can hang out there like exclusive just to our audience.
Yep. Just going to be East Coast Haunters Convention, Saturday, April 26th. And we are so excited. Jen and I have been working for
tirelessly on this project.
a few months, maybe 10 months. It's been a while.
Yes.
Wow.
We're super excited. There's a shot of some of the folks that come into our show. You get to pick if you opt in, which means you get a glow necklace, and that gives our monsters permission to touch you, to separate you from your group, to send you passageways. We will have one out of 5 haunts open during the party, and you will be able to make that choice whether you're brave enough to opt in.
Love this. And with full actors, full show like you would see during October.
Yep. Full actors show. Yep.
Everybody always asks this question, and let's just get it out of the way. Can you take pictures, number 1, on the grounds, and number 2, inside the haunt?
You definitely take pictures on the grounds. You're not going to be able to take pictures in the haunt that we're going to have open is the crypt. And it is dark. So yeah, good luck trying to take a photo in there. But no, you're going to be too scared to take pictures.
We love this. Oh my gosh. So excited. People are going crazy.
This is one of the hubs of the party. It's called Pumpkin Plaza. We'll have a DJ. We'll have a bunch of monsters in there. We're going to have a Triple Bottom Brewery will be in there, one of our food vendors. There's a big stage, big party area.
It's a party, you guys. It's a party at Eastern State. It's amazing.
Yeah, we want to focus on that too, because there was a joke about, is there an offering for scaredy cats? Absolutely. There's partying, there's dancing, there's music, performances.
Yes. That's the thing that with our show, Halloween nights, you can pick and choose what kind of experience you want. And same with this party. Right. So if you don't want to do the haunt, that's fine. There might be some characters running around. If you're a super scaredy cat, if you're there only for Christmas and you want to come, there might be a character, but as long as you don't have a glow necklace on, they're not going to mess with you. So you can just come and party. This is a shot of some of our performers in our speakeasy that they're going to be performing live in our Bloodline Lounge. So you can just come and watch some really incredibly talented performers do their thing. We're going to have about probably a third of the show open. Like I said, Halloween Nights is 11 acres of the Penitentiary. And we're going to have about a third of that open for the party. This is one of our historic cell blocks. So part of what we're doing at the party is we're also combining it with some behind the scenes tours. So some of the folks that didn't get to go last year, if you are interested in the history and seeing some of those historic areas, we're going to have a team that will take groups into areas of the penitentiary that you don't get to go to normally.
Oh my gosh.
And give you some history. The place, and it's funny because we have part of the museum open during Halloween nights, and the educators who are in that section, they're like, we're actually the scariest part of this show. Like the history and the truth behind what's going on is pretty terrifying.
Oh, this is fantastic. The pictures, I mean, they probably don't do it justice, but I mean, it just looks beautiful to be able to be immersed in this environment. And, rumor has it that maybe see some famous people's cells, from back in the day. Maybe.
That is, yes. Have a famous person that had a cell, and that will be a part of one of our tours. So I don't know if I should spoil it. No.
We gotta keep it good.
It's going to be, we've done a lot of parties. And this is up there with being super special. And, it's not every day that you get to be able to run out Eastern State Penitentiary. And it's not that easy too, let me tell you guys.
You don't make it easy.
So you really, really should come here and experience this. It's going to be neat. And
it is really
excited, for it. And Erin, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making this happen. Because if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't have come together.
As soon as we got through the convention weekend last year, I was like, we have to do this. Like, we have the coolest space to do this.
Yes.
And everyone just had such a blast at the East Coast Haunters convention last year, and we're all super stoked to do it.
So just before we get off the tour here, we are very excited because obviously you broke down the jail cell, so to speak, to make this happen. We obviously have bus and self-driving options. And of course, like we mentioned for our Christmas tour, early bird discounts are going to expire on April 10th. So make sure if you want to save yourself a few dollars, make sure you sign up before April 10th. It's an entire evening of fun and festivities sponsored by Ticket Spice. And we're going to pick up right from the hotels, take you there, going to have some dinner, have a great night, and we're going to bring you back home by about 12:30 a.m. So,
Yeah, it's going to be a rager.
It's going to be awesome.
All these photos, I tried to provide photos of spaces and characters that will likely be there that night, so you can kind of get a little taste.
It's really cool.
Yeah, these are our Boogie Monsters, our dance team.
It's going to be great. I'm super excited.
Now, can we also talk, and if you see a picture, please shout it out whenever you would like, but you just talked about your experience last year at the convention. You guys were a part of that inaugural year, right in the pit, and your crew was amazing. Not only were they spirited, but they actually won our very first Haunt Olympics.
Oh, yeah, and we're coming back for seconds.
Defending the crown.
I love it. I love it.
We have to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a competitive edge. If you didn't notice.
Oh, you were the best like coach, and like all of those kids were like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." Let's do it.
I was a competitive athlete in my younger days.
Couldn't tell.
That all came back.
Yes.
I was like, we gotta win this thing.
Oh, she was serious. Like there were a lot of haunts that were serious, but we are winning this.
That's awesome.
Well, can you describe the pit to anybody that didn't get a chance to be a part of last year? And we know that pictures and videos only go so far. What did it feel like to be right there in the center of everything?
There's so much energy in that area. And, all the pit sponsors are kind of back to back, hanging out together. So a lot of camaraderie, a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people coming by to say hi and learn about what you're doing. There's also the stage there. And there's constantly things going on at the stage. There's giveaways, and there's these Haunt Olympic events, and just meet and greets with characters. Like you guys did a dating show last year. So it is just constant entertainment nonstop. So we were just having a blast. That was part of it.
That's the best part. Jen tasked us with a 5-ring circus, not 3, but we wanted a 5-ring circus.
Yeah, you got it.
It was crazy, and we're excited, to bring back our game this year and then some as well.
Wait till you see.
On you, Chris.
Wait till you see what we've got planned for this year.
So we're super excited, and the pit's going to be larger this year. We have more people, so it's going to be insane. And we also have Erin, who's kindly also going to speak for us as well.
Yes,
her seminar should be up online tomorrow, but we're super excited to speak.
Hey, everybody.
Her team's in there supporting, giving her the love. Hey, that's my manager. Oh my gosh. Thank you, obviously, for breaking those walls down so that we get one of the most exclusive opportunities and experiences that I don't think any of us could make happen without you and Jen making this thing happen. So
I just had to laugh because it was such a labor of love.
Those barriers have been broken down, and we are just very, very excited.
Yes. So everyone please attend, because Erin and I worked really hard to make this happen.
Wait,
go get your early bird.
Go get your early bird.
Yeah.
Jen, she may not be watching, but should we give a special shout out to Claire too? Because I'm sure
Claire helped out, but I have to say this was all Erin that helps get us to where we were.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah, we're excited to speak too, because we didn't do that last year. So
so that's great. So she'll be speaking on Sunday as well.
Yeah,
so and her seminar will be up, so you guys should check that out. Or Erin, if you want to take a minute, you can speak a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about staff engagement and retention, which is something that we've done very, very well. This is our 35th year, and it is pretty common to find someone that's been working with us for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. People, and I'm myself, this is my 15th year. So, and I thought I had stepped away for a couple of years. I thought I was done, and I got roped back in. Now I can't step away.
They brought you back.
And I only stopped because I moved to California. So otherwise this would have been, I don't know how many years. But I think we're doing a lot of things right with our staff.
Sure.
And we have a lot of cool initiatives and programs that I think might benefit other attractions, other haunts.
Oh.
So we're going to kind of share some of the things that we do to keep staff really motivated and energized coming back year after year.
It's very relevant to anyone's attraction all over the country. So if you're there, obviously retention is super important because you can't do the show without them. So
yeah, and
You might as well learn from the experts. So that's
yeah, I think anybody that runs a haunt just knows how much burnout there is and how many people you lose. So anything that you can do to keep people on for longer and keep them feeling appreciated is really important. It's going to go a long way.
Okay, so we do, on that topic, we do have a question from the audience. How hard is it? Obviously, you guys are great at retaining, and on a normal haunted attraction, you have certain challenges. Do some of your actors encounter paranormal activity while working at their jobs?
That's a great question.
I've heard all kinds of stories. So I started as an actor, so been there in many different capacities, and I'm not quite, I don't know if I'm quite open to those kind of experiences myself. So I don't have any stories myself, but I can't tell you how many people I know that have worked there, that currently work there, that have seen very suspicious things and that cannot be explained. So that's all I could say. I really don't know. I don't know how I feel about all that, but I would say if any place is truly haunted, it would be Eastern State.
Oh, it's got to be, right?
Great.
I mean, that's
Great.
Actually one of the crypt is in cell block 12, which is where we had back in the day like all ghost hunters and all these ghost hunting companies would come through and look for paranormal activity. They always came to cell block 12, always. So.
We'll
take what you want out of that.
So the crypt is in cell block 12, and we know the crypt is on our exclusive party on Saturday night. So you want to go potentially see a ghost, you got to come hang out.
Yep. There's also going to be another one of our other haunts. We're going to be able to do behind the scenes tours in the haunt without actors. You're going to be able to go into our green room area, our big makeup area, with see our special effects makeup artists. They might even still be doing up actors for the show. So there'll be lots of cool behind the scenes tours that you can jump on if you're interested, or you can just come and drink and dance and have fun. So whatever kind of
There's
experience.
something for everyone.
Yeah, totally.
Very awesome. Very awesome. Well, I know we're going to see each other in far less than 37 days, which is just crazy. Is there anything else you want to say to everybody that's watching that's super excited and can't wait to hang out with you and your crew?
Come see us on the floor. We will be there. We'll be doing all kinds of, we're going to have free stuff to give away. We're going to be doing makeup demos. We're going to have a photo op. I can't say much right now, but I do want to tease that this fall, we are opening a new haunted house.
Wait, tell us more. Tell us more. You can't. No.
Wow. My lips are
man.
If you've seen our show, you have not seen what we're cooking up. So we hope to see you back this fall.
Okay, so what you're saying is they should come to your booth in the pit and maybe pry for information or see what they can get out of.
You can try.
No, we also heard a rumor too about a new immersive narrative experience.
Yes. We tried this last year for the first time. It went very, very well, where we had a whole team of key characters that all had different parts of this immersive story. So as you made your way through the show, and again, this is one of those things where if you didn't feel like doing it, you don't have to, but if you wanted to dig deeper into the lore of what Halloween Nights is, the fantasy elements of it, you could participate in what's called Beyond the Veil. And so we tried it out last year. It went super well, and we're developing a brand new story, brand new characters this year. Some of those characters might be at the show in April. So
cool.
That is another thing that we're very excited about.
This is going to be awesome.
I know it's going to be awesome. Even when Erin was doing the write-up and we were talking about it, I'm like, this is so cool. I'm like, this is awesome. So I'm super excited.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Literally, we knew, even the staff, like we missed out on hanging out at East Coast, and we're so excited when Jen released it to us. We're just like, oh my God, people are going to be crazy. And we're seeing the comments. Dave from Horror Props going to be leading the charge all the way from Chicago. So
we're really lucky. This year we have an amazing lineup of a pre-tour of
We
the
do.
Friday night tour that everyone's going to want to obviously feel the screams. That's going to be out of the park, and we're going to have them on as well, TransWorld Live. But I'm just super excited. I mean, I just feel really grateful. There is so many great attractions on the East Coast, and we get a chance to tour them, so that's just a, amazing opportunity for all of us.
What a
There
great,
are so many fantastic haunts on the East Coast and within like a short drive of Philly.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Philly. So yeah, it's a great spot to be doing what you're doing.
Yeah. We're lucky.
Well, I think the best way that we can help celebrate this on behalf of TransWorld is, would you help us give away 2 tickets to the East Coast Haunters Convention? The only way that you can get a ticket to all of these tours, all of these parties, you got to be coming to the show. So we're going to give you 2 tickets to the whole weekend, courtesy of us, to the show floor. To the show floor. Thanks, Jen. What's we were talking earlier, what's a fun trivia question? So as you think that through real quick, to all of our viewers, if you want to win 2 more tickets to the show floor for Saturday and Sunday, and it also gives you an opportunity to purchase any of those seminars, all of the tours, all of the party on Saturday night, all of that fun stuff, you got to post in the chat HCHC, and then the answer to Erin's trivia question.
I have a trivia question. It's about Eastern State. So when Eastern State was built, opened in about 1829, it was considered a technological marvel. It had a feature that before the White House had it. What is that feature?
Great question. I didn't even know this guy. That's a great question. Oh, this is awesome. All right, guys. I could hear them Googling like right now.
I know. Yeah, it is Googleable, but
no, that's a good question. So, like, one of our potential questions, we obviously know one of your most famous residents at one point in time, with a very posh cell, by the way. Yeah, indoor. Okay, all right.
Flushel. Are we able to say yes or no?
Yeah, when you see it, call it out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is indoor plumbing, flushable toilets.
There we go. Congratulations. Who was our first person there? It was it Patty?
That's the first one you put up.
Yeah, Patty it is.
Yeah,
Patty.
The White House got it in 1833. So Eastern State had it 4 years before.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Good history, too.
That was really a good question.
Patty Watson-Derman, congratulations. Thanks for watching the show. But email me, KRIS@HAAshow.com. We'll get you hooked up to come party with us at East Coast Haunters Convention. Erin, what would your crew? Is your crew's chomping at the bit here? Are they excited?
Yeah, I see him in the chat, too.
You guys are obviously going to be bringing it. What's your crew most excited about to see everybody? What are you guys looking forward to in just under 37 days?
We are looking forward to defending our title years in a row, Haunt Olympic champions.
Love this.
That is so cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You come see this challenge right in front of your very eyes, right there in the pit and on the stage. Jenny, before we go, anything you want to say before we close out tonight?
No, there's been a lot tonight, Chris. Like there really has. Like we've covered a lot of material. I'm just super excited for the East Coast, and I'm just super grateful that when we came up with the concept of rolling these shows out there, that everyone in the industry has been so supportive, from the exhibitors to the sponsors to the attendees. And I just really feel blessed to be part of such an amazing community, whether it's Halloween, Christmas, interactive, all of it combined. Everyone has just such great energy and just been so supportive. So I really feel blessed to be able to work with such a great, all the people are just so great and they're so supportive. And you don't find that in every industry. I can promise you that.
Yeah. No, it's a family and everybody is taking care of each other. And I couldn't say it better, Jen. Excellent. Well, guys, we couldn't do this show without you. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, we will be back next Tuesday to bring you all kinds of new breaking information. So stay tuned right here and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Thanks a lot.
See you in April.
Bye.